What's going on, YouTube? Coming at you with your second video for today. And by the title of this, Vince McMahon wastes talent. Alright, so this is pretty much how it goes in the WWE. They have a top dog in the women's division, and they have a top dog in the men's division. The top dogs are Charlotte Flair and Roman Reigns. I'm a fan of both of them. And Vince McMahon is just wasting talent because, in my opinion, once you get fed to one of them and you're supposed to be a main eventer, your career will never be the same, or you won't really be that main eventer unless you were already established before they came in or before you came to the WWE. So, like, for example, John Cena got fed to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns beat him. John Cena is still John Cena at the end of the day because it's John Cena. That man's a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. It doesn't matter how many times he loses to Reigns, he's still going to be John Cena. But everybody else has pretty much been fed to Roman Reigns, besides John Cena and Undertaker, they ain't really been the same. Vince McMahon is wasting talent. I understand the whole, we got to get Roman Reigns over. At this point, you're stuck right now, Vince. You're stuck because you have two decisions to make, in my opinion. Keep feeding everybody to Roman Reigns and dropping their stock value, or just turn Roman Reigns heel as the Universal Champion. Even though you're probably going to get the reaction you wanted with him being heel, you got to do what you got to do, Vince, because you're diminishing stock value in your top superstars. You keep feeding Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman keeps losing. Braun Strowman is a main eventer. Braun Strowman, I'm not saying he should have been Universal Champion, but he shouldn't lose. You shouldn't keep feeding him to Roman Reigns to get Roman Reigns over. It's not working no more, Vince. We've been through this for almost 4 or 5 years. Roman Reigns is probably never going to get over, and I hate to say that because I am a big fan of Roman Reigns. It's just the way that you booked him. You messed him up from Jump Street. The way you pushed him out the gate. You gave him the hardest push out the gate, Vince. You should have slowly worked him into the main event. Gave him a couple Intercontinental, gave him a couple of U.S. titles. Roman Reigns didn't touch a U.S. title or Intercontinental title until he's been WWE Champion 3 times. Make that make sense, Vince. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's why he's not getting the reaction you want him to get. You fed Braun Strowman to him. You fed Drew McIntyre to him. You fed Bobby Lashley to him. You fed Samoa Joe to him. You fed AJ Styles to him. Luckily, AJ Styles recovered because he's the phenomenal AJ Styles. That didn't really diminish him. But you keep feeding all these guys to Roman. Finn Balor. You fed Finn Balor to him the first night Roman Reigns became Universal Champion. That match should have never happened. It should have been the Demon Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns at a pay-per-view. And maybe even taking the title off him. I would have been fine with that. But now, up next, we probably got Drew McIntyre finna get fed to Roman Reigns, which is ridiculous because you're diminishing his stock value. Drew McIntyre has to win the championship if he faces Roman Reigns. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it because the only thing you're going to do is continue to feed Drew McIntyre to Roman Reigns, and he's going to continue to get beat. And it's just going to look bad. It's just not working for you, Vince. Where's Sasha Banks after you fed her to Charlotte Flair and she won the title 5 times off Sasha Banks? Nowhere. Where's Bayley? Nowhere. You've ruined them, Vince. Because once you lose to the top dog, it's so hard to recover because you just keep giving them to the top dog and they keep losing. Only good people you have in the company in your women's division right now, Vince, is Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. And the only reason Becky Lynch is on top is because of the fans. But everybody else, they've been fed to Charlotte Flair and they've been tapped out and they've just never been the same, Vince. So I don't understand what your thinking is on that because we all know Roman Reigns is not going to get over anytime soon. It's just not going to happen, Vince. You need to just get off your Roman Reigns horse and just let it go, Vince. Just let it go. I'm not saying don't make him champion, but present it in a different way. If I'm you, I'm taking Roman off TV for a while, give him a break from the fans. You bring him back and don't push him as hard. He has to lose sometimes. So what was the point of you having Bobby Lashley beat him at Extreme Rules just for him to lose to Roman Reigns for the number 1 contendership at SummerSlam? Even though I know you were going to do that. That's just how you operate. But it just doesn't work, Vince. So think about this, Vince. You're diminishing all your top superstar stock value because you want to keep feeding people to Roman Reigns. Bray Wyatt got fed to John Cena and Roman Reigns. Look where his career is at now, in the dirt. Hopefully he comes back and he's a little refilled and re-energized. You need to send some of your superstars to SmackDown. Because AJ Styles doesn't have a problem dropping the championship at all. Finn Balor needs to go to SmackDown. Bray Wyatt needs to go to SmackDown. Period. Maybe even Rollins needs to go to SmackDown because I don't understand why he didn't beat Kevin Owens in the first place. But there are some people you need to feed to Roman Reigns because I'm getting sick of them. I'm glad you fed Jinder to Roman Reigns because, yeah, he was trash anyway. I don't know why you made him champion. You made Jinder Mahal champion before you made Shinsuke Nakamura champion. But that's another story for another day. That's another video I'm going to do for sure. But, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think that top superstars have been diminished in their stock value because they've been fed to Roman Reigns, or in the women's division they've been fed to Charlotte Flair? In my opinion, they have. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe here. Check out my last video there. And don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.